Wanted to talk basically about bullies, y'all. Reason why I want to talk about bullies is this is something, and this is a spirit that I've dealt with most of my life. Charge this. I hope it don't die. I have people who want to bully me and try to control my life, or they as if they want to control my life. Okay. I remember, I had a lot of cousins who would try to make me do things that I did not like to do. And when I say try to make me, like they literally tried to force me, or when I say no, try to tease me into doing things. That's normal. But for me, I'm one of those people, and I've always been like this. I like to hear people's point of view. I like to hear different viewpoints. I like being around people who have different beliefs. You can do something different, and I can still respect that, and still have my own say so. I guess, I wouldn't try to harm your view or anything like that. But the thing is, with bullies, they can't accept that. They want everyone to believe that you have to believe in their way, and if you don't, then they have to make you conform to it, or ostracize you to conform by any means. By any means. A lot of times it's by physical force, but as you get older, because we know that it's against the law to put your hands on other people, people will resort to the manipulation games. You know what, Lulu? We might need to go back and not go through the rain. Yeah, we'll do that. So, yeah, they'll resort to name calling. They'll resort to, making you feel bad, humiliating you in front of people. Not only did that, happen, growing up, in a big family, which, at some point in your life, you're going to experience it. It also happened once I was in school, because I looked different than people. I spoke differently than most people. Yeah, so it used to happen like that until they find out that you're not, how they think that they're bullying you because they're trying to make you conform. It's not bullying. It's not working. It's not working because you've already made your stance on what you're going to do, what you want to do, and what uh-oh, my dog is going a little, come on. Y'all, she's tripping. Come on, y'all. Jesus. Come on. Come on. Okay, so she's all right. She has this quite a bit. A lot of small dogs have things with their hearts and anxiety and things like that. So sometimes she'll get very nervous. She'll have to have a weight blanket. So glad I wasn't outside in the super cold. She doesn't like to wear her little items. But yeah, you ready? There we go. So, come on. Gotta monitor. But this is what they do, and they think that they're getting over, but they don't understand that what you're doing in the long run, it's like you're ignoring what they're doing and how they're doing something for something greater. No one who really has true power, who walks in true authority, I'll say that, not even power, because you can have power and not have authority. But no one who walks in true authority, when you have true authority, you got power, bullies people. They just don't. There's no need because you already, authority comes with power. Power doesn't, yeah, oh shoot, come on now. Authority comes with power. Another instance that I noticed is that with people who, like I said, they bully, they gotta have validation. They're just not gonna bully you by yourself unless they know that it's gonna benefit them and show them in a good light. Um, like I had one girl, this was like, a lot of this stuff I think about elementary more than high school and things like that, because by the time I got into high school, people kind of knew, like, don't mess with her, and I was one of those people who was smart. And even though I was a little bit different, I can hold myself, meaning I can fight. You know, people only gonna bully you so much. I'm that person that was kind of quirky, it's in my own little way. And, you know, people would try to ostracize and bully you, but once they see that I can fight, then they like, no, we cool. Like, that's when you know you done got them. So I didn't really have to deal with it too much at that time. And even in, okay, let's see. There you go. Even in college settings, it didn't work too much because, come here, most of the people who tried to bully then, they, you get on a different journey when you get into college. You know, you'll see a lot of things, especially if you go to like a school that kind of parties and stuff, which I did. Yeah. But I got into the flow of my own friends. You know, everybody was smart. Everybody was going for something when you get into college. So I found my tribe and I vibed with them. And plus I was getting into my more feminine side. And yeah, you get bullied less during that time. And when they try to, you can move around. Oh shoot. Here we go. Okay, girly. So that was my thing with oh shoot. Okay. There we go. Turn it off. That was my thing with bullying. I really got it in most of the time in, sorry y'all, I had to walk in my stuff and make sure everything was okay. And then I can rotate. Okay. Yeah, I didn't get it a lot. In. Uh-oh, come on. Oh no. Yeah, I didn't get it a lot in as I got older, until I started getting back into the work arena. Come on. There we go. Okay. When I saw it in the work arena, I saw it a lot. Y'all, I don't even know what they talk. Now I kind of miss my old neighbors. They was annoying, but these neighbors is on a whole nother level of annoying. Anyhow, back to what I was saying. In my adult life, I see bullying going on at the workplace when somebody is dealing with job security. Meaning, and when I say job security, not saying they just getting fired because of someone else. It could result up to that. But it starts off when they start seeing that you or someone else has more qualities than them, and it will be a great asset to the team that they feel like is overshadowing their talents. And what I will tell you is, if you're in any kind of workforce, there's always gonna be someone. I felt somebody's energy. No, Will. There's always gonna be someone who is smarter than you, prettier than you, faster than you. There's gonna always be someone like that. And don't be afraid of that. That's part of life. That is part of life. That's part of life. Any person who has worked through their issues and is an adult understands this. Not only do you understand it, you can take it into account and celebrate the person for what they're doing and what their accomplishment, and you can celebrate where you're at in your life. If you've done this work, if you are a real adult and you've worked on yourself, okay? But the reality is, when you're dealing with bullies in the workplace in your adult life, there are people who don't do this. They don't work on themselves. They don't try to make themselves better. You know, they will have pride. They will not adhere to instruction. If they see themselves as weak in a subject that someone else is stronger in, instead of them trying to find out, humble themselves and trying to find out how did they do it, what they're gonna do is try to overshadow them. They're going to try to put them down. They're going to try to get them off of their square. And that, my friends, is what bullying is when they're dealing in the workplace. There's good and bad to this. I'll start with the bad. Okay, the bad is it leaves a horrible morale. It leaves a horrible morale. Like, because other people are looking and watching. If they're going to notice what is going on, they're going to feel the tension. Because if you're doing anything negatively or positively, you're going to feel it. That's just like if it was a good promoting working environment. It's going to show. It's going to show to the point where people are going to be like, oh, I want to work here. You know, people are going to tell, like, I love this place. I love working here. You know, it's going to have that effect. And that's going to be the same way if you have this in a negative connotation, with, in the work spot, in the workplace. You're going to have, there's going to be, negatives about it. People are going to talk about it. People talk anyway. They're going to talk about it. They're going to express their views, and you're going to know it. You're going to hear it. You're going to know it for sure. Not only that, it's going to travel. People who don't feel appreciated, or they feel like they're being cheated out or something, they end up doing things negatively. They don't work very productively. We've seen in studies, there's a lot of studies that go on, and they show that people who are stressing in a hostile workplace or something like that, they don't work up to their best potential. They don't work up to their best ability. They don't produce like they would normally produce, and rightfully so. And rightfully so. So that part, that's the negative part. The good part about it is if this person is trained, and they can hold a lot of things, and they're strong, and they have a goal. Because I will tell you, you don't stay in a hostile work environment. I don't care who tells you what. You don't stay in a hostile work environment just to prove a point. You just don't. Okay? Because chances are, if they're like this before, they've been like this, people know it's going to have a history. But if they're strong enough, they will take the time and say, okay, I see this is going on. What happened? Okay. They will see what was going on, and they will direct themselves into propel themselves into a better direction. Meaning they will take the necessary skills to get whatever they need out of that job and move around. And this is when you get to that point of winning. When I say winning, I mean truly, truly, truly winning. Because you strengthen yourself, people will start seeing, if you still showing up, people will start seeing you as a person not to be reckoned with, because they see, after a while, people will see the mistreatment, they will see the harsh, things that you went through, and they seeing that you're able to stand and to get through it. So people are gonna start seeing that. They're gonna start showing it. You're gonna start, your name is gonna start coming up. It's gonna start coming up. It's gonna start making you stand out more than anything else. I remember that when, and I think this was, I remember this the most when I was also in elementary. Matter of fact, I'll talk about the high school one. I remember I had this teacher who thought I was really dumb because I used to skip her class. Like, I used to skip, y'all, a lot. Like, I got good grades, but school was kind of boring for me. And I know why. I wasn't feeling like I was being challenged. I should have went to the performing arts school. I should have went, but like I said, I truly don't believe like smarts come from training, but that's a whole nother thing. So anywho, what's that? I ended up going to this school, and I don't think that she knew that, I had relatives in the school system, because I'm not one of those people that's gonna go out and tell and anything like that. Like I said, I like to shop. I was a person that was gonna skip. Okay, I was gonna skip. I will turn in the assignments, but I'm definitely gonna skip class. Okay, I'm gonna have a Cinnabon. I'm gonna be gone. So this person would usually try to talk about me and just say really horrible things until they started seeing, like, if you don't have this for your work, you don't do this, it's gonna be horrible for you, blah blah blah, whoop-de whoop-de whoop. Okay. Oh shoot. Crap. When I started doing that, and I was like, okay, all it's gonna do is make me stronger, which it did. They started seeing just how smart that I was, and they wanted me to be on their teams for academic things. And I ended up being on there because my best friend was on there. To be honest, I probably wouldn't have been on there if my best friend wasn't on there, because like I said, I love to skip. I was smart, but I love to skip and have my own life. I would turn in that work and just live my life. Okay. So that's what it was. But you showing up, that example is showing, like, and when you start showing up, it's no denying that you have what it takes. And it's gonna it started to show where people was like, it started to show where people were like, hey, I want whatever this person is doing, I want to be a part of it. Whatever they're, y'all, I lost my keys, and this is weird. Whatever they're doing, I want to be a part of it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they're skipping or not. They're smart enough. They have the skill sets that they don't have to. They have the skill sets where they don't have to. Oh crap! It's gonna show up. Not only that, I ended up being a captain on that doggone and being on the main team of that program. See, and that's one thing that people who are bullies, they think less of you. They don't think that you get it. They don't think that you're smart enough. Okay? I have to look up in the house again. They don't think you're smart enough. They don't think you're talented enough. They don't think you have what it takes. But when they start putting that fire underneath you, it's something that ignites, and it makes you stronger than you ever were before, or that you ever thought, because you already had it inside of you any doggone way. That's a whole nother topic. But yeah, these people will do that, and it starts showing. So that's something that I learned that I didn't have to get upset about. Do what it's told. Do the best that you can, because it always backfires. It always, let me tell you, God is a true and a sovereign God. Like, it always works in your favor. It always works in your favor when you are doing right. So that's the times and the instances that I had when dealing with those issues. They would try to bully you. They'll see that they'll put you in some place and they think that you're gonna crack under pressure. And then when you don't and you excel, then it just defeated them. It's showing the good part. Like I told you, that's the good part. It's showing to them that they fail, but it's showing everybody else around you that you about that life. That you about that life. Another example, I'm literally going through this today at this point in time. When I say today, like in this section of life. Okay. So I'm working at this place. Got hired. They knew I had skills. I didn't put everything that was on there on my plate because I've noticed that the more skills that you have, people get intimidated, especially in this arena, especially in this location, because there's a lot of funding for it, and people will fight tooth and nail for the for the funding and for these certain jobs, and they get really really territorial. So and there were years, like, you guys see my journey. There were years where there were points in my life where I could not get a job, and I would just literally apply. Don't have any felonies on my record. Don't have like lack of educational skills. That was not it. That was not it. So I've seen it. I've seen it in different areas where people will be like, well, you want to take my job when you're going for a lower job because you just want to feed yourself. So I know from experience, you don't need to always put down all your skill sets and everything else. Leave people guessing about you. When they say be mysterious when you're dating, be mysterious, period. Because there's always people who are around who are like that. Not all. If you come into an arena and you don't see that, be very grateful or look out, because you're overlooking things. But yeah, so they ended up putting me into an arena where they thought that I was going to suck. When I say they thought I was going to suck, they thought I was going to be really bad. But since this training, when I say training, I mean life training that God placed me in, dealing with people with addictions, dealing with people coming and dealing with recovery, dealing with people who were having issues with medical, not taking their medications and not being compliant, and having commitments, because y'all know my mom's like that. My dad wasn't as severe, but my mom, both of them have mental illness. So, yeah, you start showing up and they thinking that they putting you in an arena that's supposed to be afraid of you, and you're around a whole bunch of men and you the female, because they try to do that and play that game. Oh, she's so afraid, when I've been working 7 years at a shelter that's predominantly male, and they're literally coming out the street. They're literally coming out the street. Not only that, I lived in a place where it was, even though it was a female shelter, it was surrounded by narcissistic men who used to try to take people out, so I know how to work myself. But when you go into these areas and you're dealing with work, sometimes I know this is what I'm dealing with right now. They'll put you in places that's supposed to scare you and that's supposed to make you go back and retreat. But in reality, in God's eyes, they don't know that they're setting themselves up for the plot, for the big scheme, because it's showing the qualities that I've already had. It's showing the work that I went through, because that didn't happen overnight. So that's why I say it's good. It's not only bad sides to bullies, but there are good sides to being bullied, or the people who think that they can, or people who think that they can bully you. They tripping. So yeah, that's the thing. You're gonna end up getting better. Sometimes people think, when people who are bullying, they already outside of their element anyway. They trying to force something on you, try to force your downfall, and they don't understand that they literally setting you up. They're setting you up to be better. They're setting you up to be stronger. They're setting you up for your greatest comeback ever. So when you're dealing with bullies, I want to take down bullies. I can't stand bullies. I really can't stand bullies. Because they don't, but they serve a purpose. They get you stronger. But you got to think about it. Bullies are just like that cardboard that sharpens everything else. And once after a while they get dull, That's exactly what you have to think of it as. That's sharpening paper. That's sharpening tools. That's all it is. It's sharpening tools. Um, um, Also with bullying, bullying keeps you on your toes as far as what to document, how to document, and that's one of my weaknesses, is documentation, because you think the people are going to be on the up and up, and everything like that. But bullies, they're not. They're going to twist, they're going to turn, and don't think just because they work with you that they're not like that. They are. They are. They're going to twist, they're going to turn, they're going to manipulate, they're going to maneuver. They're going to do any and everything that they possibly can to throw you off. To throw you off, y'all. Like, and the worst bullies that you have at work, that I have currently, is the ones that smile in your face and will act as if they like you or they know you, just to get information to twist it up and to turn it around. So that's the spirit of Leviathan. But that's a whole nother thing. Well, that's not a whole nother thing, but it goes hand in hand. I don't want to get too deep. But I did want to talk about bullying, because people think that you're always supposed to run away from a bully. When in reality, you don't run away from a bully. Now, you might have different tactics as far as fighting a bully, but you're never supposed to, run away and constantly run away from a bully. You're not. You're not. You might have to move away. As far as when somebody says run away, you mean get yourself to a safe place and block the access that this person has to you. Meaning, excuse me, you don't cast your pearl to swine. You don't give them information, stuff like that. You might have to switch your routine up. I had to do that too, because people will watch you. They're trying to find out what you're doing. You're dealing with behaviors. People are going to study you. So they're going to try to watch your movements. They're going to try to watch how you flow. You might have to, if you came across somebody who you didn't know was a bully, you're going to have to detach yourself. You're going to have to reroute your schedule, which would kind of mess you up if you used to having that kind of routine. Yeah. You might have to, if you are around that person, come with another person. Don't leave yourself all by yourself. And I'm going to tell y'all this. When you're dealing with somebody who is a bully and they're known as a bully, I'm going to tell y'all, they will be ready for you. People who are bullies, they ready for the play. So don't try to overplay them. Don't try to play mind games. That's their specialty. That's what they're known for. Don't play it at all. These people will try to, especially when they know that you found out who and what they are, they'll try to double team you and try to make you feel like you did the wrong, and try to make by bringing other people. This is what they will do. So don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. Don't be like that at all. Just be watchful of it. Like I said, you might have to move around. You might have to hide. And I won't say hide. Well, you have to hide things from them, meaning that you don't give them all information, and no one should have all that information to you anyway. But you might have had good interactions and communications with these people, and now you need to have some distance. When I say some distance, okay? Because bullies, telling you, if they don't try to intimidate, always trying to intimidate you, but usually they'll try to intimidate you to try to get something out of you. It might be validation. It might be goods and services and validation. So let me tell you, don't be surprised. These people do that. Yeah. Or if they think that their job, like I said, job security, that's another one. If they think that someone looks up to you, that's almost with job security too. Because you can have a title that's less than them, but people are looking to you for the answers. Or they're looking to you to find answers that they don't know. And then they will come back and, go about it. Yeah. So yeah, so just be ready for that. A bully will also, I forgot to even talk about this. A bully, when I told you they will manipulate, if they see you catching on to what they doing. Oh, these people are annoying. They catch on to what catch on to what they doing. They'll try to set you up and set you up with roadblocks to where you'll end up being in trouble, and they come out really really cool, and they come out looking like shiny new money. Okay. And those are kind of the dangerous ones. um they will also they will also um try to get information. If they know that you got knowledge and things, they would try to get as much information from you and not give you credit. I've been in certain situations with bosses like that. I've been educated enough by experience, not by education by going to school doing that, but by experience, giving people ideas and they're not giving you credit, or telling the other's boss that they've done this when everybody around them heard that you've said this, and or you worked on a whole plan on it, and they act as if they've done it. You know, so they will do this. These people will do this because they know that they're out challenged. They know that they don't have what it takes to move around, to push things around. They know they don't have it in them, but they know if you were to get your hands on that position, and you were to get your hands a hold to what, get your hands on the access to do it, that it will work. It will work hands down. They know that you have that. So instead, they're going to try to push you down by keeping you right there underneath their thumb, and try to use all your skills, all your tactics to do things. One of the great things that has happened since this whole reset, one of the greatest things that has happened is that a lot of people who didn't have the opportunities to get up and move around and start their own things while they've been underneath somebody's thumb, who who've been taking their ideas, they've had the opportunity to create a different source of income for themselves, or to do what their passions are, and to leave their traditional jobs and create their own source of employment and things like that. Which it might look on the outside like a horrible thing. That's not the truth. That's far from the truth. If anything, you know, yeah, that's far from it. That's far from the truth. Far, 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 far from the truth. Um, because we know before, people were like, oh yeah, well this job would, in actuality that was a different paradigm anyway, because before there were still people who were doing this, taking a chance and a leap on what they believe in, and taking risks. Some people are not like that, but I am. And a lot of people before me are too. But they will try to keep you under the thumb. They know you're a good source, so they're gonna try to pad you up. They're gonna write you up. Don't be surprised they write you up for the dumbest things. Y'all almost had a write-up. I almost had a fucking write-up, excuse my language. I almost had a write-up for leaving this table desk as they're changing the freaking table desk. This literally happened today, y'all, because I got a coat for somebody. I had somebody else watching the desk who works there as I went to the third floor to get the doggone coat. I'm sitting here, I can't walk you. We're already short. Not only that, we're short. The equipment, the walkie equipment's not working. The other person that could watch that part is watching men in another station, which really they don't even need me to sit at the front table anyway, because there's nothing. And it's crazy, y'all. So I literally, this is the stuff that they do. This is the stuff they will write you up for dumb stuff. I even had to go above to his boss, like, look, this is what's happening. This dude is trying to do this to me. This person, and all I'm doing is this. Now, if I sit down and I say I can't do this, I have to stay right here, then you're still gonna try to write me up, even though that's what you told me to do. Y'all almost got written up for that too. To sit there and to stay at this doggone desk, and I'm like, oh, I can't give you medication. I can't, which is ignorant. It's ignorant. So now I gotta sit here and play games with somebody's life because you feeling froggy in your ass. You know what I'm saying? When it only could have took me 2 seconds. Actuality, I'm not even supposed to be doing that. The nurse should have been there because we got two. But they not there. And they getting paid well. But I'm sitting over here and I just been here. You got other people who can do it, but they not doing it. Other people are refusing to do it. And then I'm the only one there, and I have to get up and do it, and I'm getting in trouble for it. So it's better for the other person to just sit there and and to, not be together. That's wrong. That's wrong. But these are the games that they play, y'all. These are the games that they play. And I know y'all like, well, you know what? If that's the situation, you need to get up out of that situation, which I'm telling y'all, it's true. You don't want to be in a dangerous situation. But I know, once again, God has called me to that place for this time. So that's why I'm working it out. But I'm telling y'all, this is some of the bullying tactics they would try to do. They would try to do things that are conflicting, that will make you conflict and make you think, like, about the decisions. Now, the best thing to do, the most godly thing to do is, I don't care, I'm getting this person this medication, I'm documenting it, and when they come out and they try to come against me, this is what I'm going to present. Because logically, if this was a time that, I needed to go to court or my job is on the line, I can bring this to this people. But if you're in your probationary period, meaning that at any time during that probationary period, they can get rid of you, that's not the best way to do it, unless you want to go to the news, which you can do that. Look, you can do that. But get ready, because these are the things that these are the things that they do. These are the things that they do, y'all. These are the things that they do. Okay? These are the things that they do. So get ready for it, Another thing that people who are bullies will do, especially in an organization, y'all. I hate this because they always come out with these dumb scenarios. Oh, everybody starts out at this person. They start out at the same level. How? If I got education tomorrow, so that everybody on the same grounding page, well, you're not on the same grounding page. That's why you have education. That's why you have knowledge, and education doesn't always mean that you got it straight from textbook knowledge. But it comes from a lot of other places. So we're not the same. So you having everybody start off at the same is not it's not always being productive. It's actually to the point manipulative. It's manipulative. It's manipulative. It's exploitative. And it's a slap in the face when you don't pay, a person who is a financial advisor $8.75 an hour. The same amount that you pay a person who is a cashier at Walmart. You go by your skill set. And they have different tasks. They don't do the same things. They both might deal with money. They might deal with managing money and conducting things, but they don't get paid the same way because it's different levels. It's levels to this thing, But when you go into arenas like that, be careful. Be careful. So this is what these people will do. If they're bullying, they'll try to keep you at that low state, try to get all your ideas, juice you up, try to tell you little lies. Oh, let's further your career. When they don't even understand, because bullies, telling y'all, people, and I'm not saying from a job that's actually talking about furthering your career, because there are some jobs that are actually good who do this. But a lot of them are not. And they're telling you to further, this is furthering your career, when in reality, your career is already furthered in a higher power than them. When you're tapping into something different, when you're in a different paradigm than these people, they don't even understand. They don't even understand. They just know that you're really good at what you do. Look, they just know that you're really good at what you do. Okay? They would try to keep you at base level. They would try to keep you at base level at all means, and they will condition you, because they will trick you by giving you money, by giving you things like that. When sometimes it's even better for you, if you have any sense, to take the lesser approach, take the less amount of money, get the skills, and then bump back up. You know, you don't want to be the person that has titles or has the opportunity to go and get something, and you're not mentally or physically prepared, because you're going to end up being crashed down. And God doesn't even work like that. But people who are bullies and stuff like that, oh, they work out, they deal with that stuff all day. You won't see them with titles. These people will barely have a GED. And there's nothing wrong if you have a GED. I'm telling you about bullies, okay? Some bullies end up having an honors diploma and don't go and retrain and get no other training after that. You know, they don't, well, let me go freshen up on these skills, tighten this up. They don't do that. Because they think that they're entitled to do it. And they don't think of it as, I'm using this as a method of getting better. I'm using this tactic as this platform as a way to re-educate myself, to help other people. So I need to be refueled. I need to be recharged. I need to sharpen up on my skills every single time. They're not. So don't think for one measly second. That they are. Okay? Yeah. So I think that is about it. I don't want to get too deep into it, but y'all, when y'all dealing with bullies, just know that the best way to combat against people who are like that is to understand who and what they are, and not only that, understand who you are. Because when you truly understand who you are, you know that you are greater than them. Nobody's going to try to bully somebody who they think is less than them. They might try to act as if they're less than them, but they know it's something that they have. You know, when you don't feel threatened, you're not going to attack something that you don't feel threatened by. So understand that. But a bully knows who you are. You got to understand and know who you are, and that so that you can navigate correctly and make the right and necessary steps. So yeah, I'm going to get off of here. Hopefully something I said or done will help you on your journey. Please stay tuned to Journey to Jerusalem, and have a good day. Bye.